Let's get right into it. Number 7. Your body lock is on purpose. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and realizing you've been downgraded to a potato. Your brain is awake, your eyes are open, but your arms and legs are basically like, yeah, we're on strike. This isn't some weird glitch, it's actually your body protecting you. During REM sleep, the stage where you dream the weirdest stuff, like running late for class naked or fighting a bear with a pool noodle, your brain sends a chemical shutdown to your muscles. It's called atonia. Basically, it's the child lock for your nervous system so you don't start acting out your dreams in real life. You know, like punching your partner because you thought you were in a Mortal Kombat tournament. The disturbing part? Sometimes the timing gets messed up. You wake up, but the child lock is still on. Suddenly, you're trapped inside your body like a ghost driving a rental car with no keys. The system designed to protect you turns into a mini horror show. So yeah, sleep paralysis is your body trying to help you, but also casually traumatizing you in the process. Thanks. Biology. Number 6. The hallucinations are built in. Here's where things get extra spicy. When you're stuck in sleep paralysis, your brain is basically in 2 modes at once, awake enough to realize you can't move, but still dipped halfway into dreamland. And when those two overlap, your brain decides to throw a rave of hallucinations. People report shadowy figures standing at the foot of the bed, faceless intruders leaning over them, or even creatures literally sitting on their chest. The night hag is one of the oldest descriptions, and yes, it's exactly as pleasant as it sounds. Imagine explaining to your doctor, yeah, I saw a witch sitting on me last night. No big deal. The creepy part is how consistent these visions are across cultures and centuries. Ancient people thought they were demons, others blamed aliens, and some just said, yep, ghosts. Science's explanation? Your brain is panicking, trying to assign meaning to the absolute weirdness of being awake but paralyzed, so it generates the scariest possible imagery it can think of. Because apparently, your brain's #1 hobby is making your life worse. Basically, sleep paralysis hallucinations are like free tickets to the worst haunted house ever, and you can't even leave. Number 5. The Suffocation Illusion. It's called the incubus effect. People often describe it as being smothered, choked, or having a demon sitting on their ribcage like it's a beanbag chair. The science behind it isn't as supernatural, though it feels like it. When you're in REM sleep, your breathing naturally slows and gets shallow. Add in the fact that your chest muscles are partially paralyzed, and suddenly you're hyper-aware of your own breathing. Your brain, already in panic mode, interprets this as suffocation. Combine that with your half-dreaming mind, and voila. You invent the shadow monster sitting on you. Historically, this sensation freaked people out so much it birthed entire folklore traditions. The night hag legend? That's literally sleep paralysis with chest pressure. Old paintings of demons pinning people down? Same thing. Your lungs are just doing their lazy REM routine, but your imagination says, nah, it's probably Satan. So no, you're not being attacked by an invisible ghoul. Your own respiratory system is just cosplaying as a horror movie villain. Number 4. Your brain loves patterns too much. Here's the thing about your brain. It absolutely hates randomness. If there's even a speck of ambiguity, your mind will happily invent a pattern just to feel in control. During sleep paralysis, this little quirk goes into overdrive. You're lying there, paralyzed, and maybe you see a shadow from your closet door. Your brain, already in fight or flight panic mode, fills in the blanks. That's not a jacket. That's definitely a tall man with glowing eyes who wants to ruin my whole existence. Suddenly, your perfectly normal furniture morphs into nightmare fuel. This is the same mental glitch that makes you see faces in clouds or Jesus in your burnt toast. Except here, instead of quirky shapes, your brain decides to summon burglars, aliens, or demonic shadow people. Because, you know, priorities. Scientists call this pareidolia, but really it's just proof your brain is a bored screenwriter cranking out jump scares. It can't stand silence or darkness, so it paints in monsters like a nervous kid doodling in the margins of a notebook. Basically, your own pattern-seeking brain is out to get you, turning every corner of your bedroom into a low-budget horror movie set. Number 3. The intruder feeling. You know that weird sixth sense you get when you're home alone and swear someone else is in the house? Sleep paralysis takes that feeling and cranks it to 11. It's called the intruder hallucination, and it's one of the most common experiences reported during paralysis. Here's the fun part. Nothing is actually there, but your brain, locked between sleep and wakefulness, misfires in the amygdala. That's your little almond-shaped panic button. The amygdala's job is to scream danger at shadows, weird noises, and anything that might be a threat. During sleep paralysis, it's firing like an over-caffeinated smoke alarm. The result? You feel an overwhelming sense that someone, or something, is in the room with you. People describe shadowy figures, faceless men, or even aliens just lurking by their bed. The intruder never moves much, but the sheer terror of, I can't see them but I know they're here, is enough to make your soul want to uninstall itself. It's like your brain wants to audition for paranormal activity but forgot to tell you first. And the scariest part? That sensation of being watched is basically your own neural wiring playing tricks on you. Thanks. Amygdala. Really helpful. Number 2. Time distortion madness. Here's another cruel trick. Your sense of time goes completely haywire during sleep paralysis. What feels like a 30-minute demonic staring contest with the shadow at the end of your bed. In reality, it's probably under 2 minutes. Your brain, when it's panicking, doesn't exactly keep good time. It's the same reason awkward silences in conversations feel way longer than they are, or why a boring meeting feels like you've aged 3 years. During paralysis, your perception slows down, stretching every second into something unbearable. Some people report whole sagas, hearing footsteps, seeing entities move closer, even feeling entire attacks, when in fact, it was over in the time it takes to microwave leftovers. What's happening is your brain's fear response is in overdrive, and fear makes time feel slower. It's an evolutionary trick. If you're being chased by a lion, you want every millisecond to feel longer so you can react faster. Problem is, when the lion is just your sleep-paralyzed self drooling on a pillow, you don't get the survival benefit, just the terror. So yeah, sleep paralysis doesn't just trap you in your body, it traps you in a broken clock where 1 minute feels like forever. Number 1. The out-of-body trick. Imagine being stuck in your body, and then suddenly watching yourself from outside your body. Yep, that's another nightmare feature of sleep paralysis. Some people swear they float above themselves, hovering near the ceiling, looking down at their own helpless body while the intruder chills in the corner. It sounds like a spiritual awakening, but it's really just your brain glitching. During paralysis, your body's motor control is offline, but your spatial awareness system is still firing, and it freaks out. It's like the part of your brain responsible for mapping you in space suddenly decides to relocate your perspective somewhere else in the room. It's technically called a dissociative experience, but let's be real. It's more like your brain decided to test drive astral projection without your consent, and while some people romanticize it as proof of souls or ghosts, science says it's just your parietal lobe tripping over itself. Cool? Maybe. Terrifying? Absolutely. Because nothing screams existential crisis like hovering over your own body while a shadow man stands at the foot of your bed. Basically, your brain's running a haunted VR demo, and you're the only unlucky player logged in. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.